Hi and welcome to the channel with this fun tutorial. That is not a sewing tutorial today, but on how to make an old container of some sort into a lovely, beautiful, different container, but just with some really nice decoration on it. So you need some glue or some like filler something. I use this glue we had over for some house renovations. It wasn't that easy to work with, so maybe you have a different bond material that is easier, or maybe you just actually want to use like super glue but in smaller amounts so you can kind of put it on directly. And then I'm using these beautiful glass pieces to make a mosaic, and it's just really fun to put on and to see how the colors match and what it looks like. And I'm also using some leftover bits I had from our bathroom renovation. And I'm trying to also just use these glass pieces to get the glue on a little bit more. I might have used way too much glue. I probably could have done it with a lot less, but I'm not so used to this part of crafting, so that's also a work in progress for me. But I'm making sure that I get these beautiful glass tiled pieces everywhere in this container. And in this case it's a very beautiful big can. I have a friend who works in a big kitchen, so they have these huge cans, but of course you can also just do it with smaller cans for tinned tomatoes or something like that. And then it's just about adding all these tiles all the way around, making sure that you don't that you still have somewhere to hold it. Of course, it's a good thing with a can like this, you can hold it inside so you still hold on to it while you add them. And then you have to play the waiting game a little bit. Then you have to make sure that you wait until it dries properly until the next step, which is then making this filler. And I used some old bathroom filler that we had, and it's actually kind of this fun, cute color, this blue color that looks very good. And I mixed it not too wet, so it does look a little bit dry, but I just wanted to be sure that it wasn't too runny. I don't know if there's any masonry bricklayers watching this. They would probably have a lot of tips to give me, but this is kind of what I could work out, and it worked fine. I tried to use gloves because I didn't want to get too much of it on my hands, but I guess maybe it's not that good for any kind of material because the gloves also quickly broke, and then I got it on my hands anyway. And then yeah, I just washed them really carefully afterwards and used some nice lotion to try to soften them up. But because this is a little bit hard on your skin, and I would recommend just using some better gloves so you keep your skin safe. But I'm just putting this grouting filler in between all the stones, and it's also covering this, not the stones, sorry, the glass pieces. It's also covering them, and I will get to that later. So you don't have to worry about covering them. You just have to be sure that you get it in every crevice, in every little crack. And then we'll get the remaining kind of the extra bits that you don't need. We'll get them off afterwards. And then just use your fingers, use your hands to smooth it out so it looks really as smooth as possible, and also just go over it more than once just to make sure that you're in every crevice there. That's a good thing. And again, it has to dry a little bit, not completely. And then I used some foam, a foam sponge and some water, because then I could just go over it again and make sure that I kind of took some of the grouting, some of the filler away from the stones, made it very nice. And then when it had dried completely, I could go over it again with a wet cloth, and magically the grouting just disappeared from the tiles, from the stones, and you can see all the prettiness of it. So like really fun project and a good upcycling thing. Like that old can was just to be thrown out, and now it just looks cool and very nice little jar for my plant, and I love it.